Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Dr. Crypto here, and I hope everybody is doing well. What happened yesterday? We got all that positive news regarding a strategic Bitcoin bill, a stablecoin bill, golden age for digital assets, and much more. And we were dumped. The market dumped. We pumped all the way up, and then we dumped down to the downside. And it was like, buy the rumor, sell the news. That's what it felt like. And then everybody's heart just totally sunk when they started to see Bitcoin pull back down to the downside. Pure manipulation, in my opinion. But we can see here, Chris said here, strongest tailwinds for the crypto space you could possibly ask for. Why are we getting all this bullish news and we're dumping down to the downside? I don't know. Don't have a clue. That's called manipulation, in my opinion, and putting fear in the market. And that's why we're starting to see people sell. But what we can see here at the moment, we can see the bubbles at the moment on the hourly, bit of a mixed bag. The daily, yes, we've had a bit of a move towards the upside, but on the weekly and the monthly, it's just down 40, 50, 67%. What I will say is, before I get into the video, is when it comes to investing, my little tip to you as an investor, to other investors who are watching this video, is obviously when you invest in something, you only put money you have spare. You never put money into the market or property or anything if that's your money that you've got to live off, to pay your bills, to pay your food, for your family's schooling, whatever. You only invest in little bits. And what happens is when in crypto or the stock markets, and it gets manipulated, they're playing on your fear. They want you to panic sell. And people who panic sell are generally the people who have gone put money in that they can't afford to lose, or they've gone leverage trading. And then they get absolutely wiped out. Then they start panicking because they see the money really dropping down, and then they start selling, and you start getting that cascading effect. So, like I said, for me, I only put more money I'm willing to lose, and when I make money, I take out my initial investment and then ride the rest up. That's how I do it. So if it ever just dropped off, I've got my money back, whatever. So, but that's my little advice to you guys, because nothing I say on here is financial advice. But at the moment, we can see here, Quentin says quite rightly, Bitcoin cycle. He says here, imagine getting shaken out here. And he is right, because look, if we look at like 2014, 2016, we had that boring zone here. And then 2019, 2020, we had that boring zone. Again, 2022 to 2024, we had that boring zone. We started making our way up to the banana zone. Again, started making our way up to the banana zone. And look what we had, a little dip. Again, we had a dip. Again, we had a dip. And look what's actually happened. It's like we're gearing up, ready to make that move towards the upside. And look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart as well. Look at that. We're back into that accumulation range. So this could be a buying a dip opportunity. So before I carry on, hit that like button, give a subscribe. Your support is always much appreciated. But look at Bitcoin in the moment. We're just chopping around sideways. We've gone from that boring stage further down here, and now we're basically a bit more of a boring side. We've had that capitulation on the altcoins down to the downside, and then we wicked down on Bitcoin back down to $90,000 and all the way back up. And obviously, what we've done is on the VRVP, we found support here. So what I want to see with Bitcoin, get above that 50 EMA, get above that 20 EMA, and get above $106,000 for continuation towards the upside. Because we can see Cypher B here, you've got the anchor wave, what's being created here. We had a little bit of money outflow coming out here. But hopefully the anchor wave will start to curve towards the upside. Money flow will start to come in. Because on about money inflow, we had $340 million worth of Bitcoin ETF inflows. So why people are panic selling, the whales and the institutions are buying. And the market's getting manipulated by the exchanges. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. And I've seen that on X, from information's been provided to me, that it's been getting manipulated. Like, for example, like Binance Exchange, where it's going around on that one. But what we can see is, looking at our CRO at the moment, when it loads in, what I really want us to do is, this is on the daily, we've lost that 200 EMA. I want us to get back up. We had that massive wick on that capitulation to the downside, which took us to around about 0.07. And then we wick straight up. So we know on the VRVP that we've got a lot of support down here. We've eaten up all those longs down shorts and ate it all the way back up towards the upside. Now we're creating support down here at 0.110. So hopefully we can hold that with continuation. But I want to see us to get above that 200 EMA and make our way back up to that 20 and 50 EMA. That's what I want to see. And I think we are going to get an alt season. I'll get into that in a little bit. But I'm not feeling bearish on CRO, and I know a lot of the Crow fam, I know a lot of people who hold CRO are feeling the pain of it at the moment in terms of we want these burns, we want to see us get to $1, and I'm frustrated just like you. I want us to see us today go to that $1 and see my bags grow, not diminish, like drop down to the downside. I want it to pump. I want us to get to that $1. And when we see here, we do see what's going on in terms of crypto.com and the roadmap for 2025 and what's happening in the Cronos chain, which is all great. I really like it. But I want to see CRO making its move towards the upside. I want to see the CEO, Chris, of Crypto and the other team members and Cronos talk more about CRO and get that word out there even more. And I want to see a burn. I know people saying, we just want to see things build and that will attract things. No, we need to see burns, period. Burns. And then that will help with the price. Look what happened to BitGet. Look what happened to Binance. They had these big burns and pushed towards the upside. Remember, 2021, CRO, crypto.com did that massive burn and we had that big pump up to $1 because the market was bullish then as well. Maybe it's strategic. Maybe there's a reason why they're holding off. Maybe they're just waiting for that right time to announce the burn or something like that. But we've got to bear in mind, I'm not being bearish here. What about crypto.com? Do not mention anything about burns. Nothing. We know there's burns coming from the Cronos chain, but I wish Cronos chain would mention something more about it than just having quarterly burns. That's it. I want to know more about it. I want Ken to talk a bit more about it, give a bit more detail. That's what the Crow fan want. They want a bit more detail about it. So that's gets off my chest. But, I get the frustration. People think it's not doing anything, so they sell. And then what happens is, because when we have capitulations in altcoins or Bitcoin, it's not going to take a day to recover. It's not going to take 2 days to recover. It might do, but generally it could take up to weeks to a couple months to 2 months to recover back to where we were. So we just got to bear that one in mind. So I'm giving you both sides on this one. We just got to bear that one in mind. Yeah, so all I'll say is at the moment is just to be patient. And everybody's in a different situation. I totally get that. So just patience is key. But one coin I am watching out for right now is obviously the Ethereum, because obviously it's king of the altcoins. I know we've got Solana, but it's king of the altcoins. And we can see here, we had that massive wick down to the downside. And now we've basically whipped back up and basically finding support on the VRVP here and around about that $2,689,000. Now, we have had some FUD come through regarding Donald Trump selling some of the Ethereum. I'll get into that in just a little while. But what I want to see with Ethereum, it's king of the altcoins. It wants to take that dominance away from Bitcoin. We want to get above that 200 EMA, above that 20 and above that 50. Now, like I said, we found a lot of support down here. So hopefully we're going to get movement towards the upside because we have had a lot of ETFs coming in. From Ethereum, we had $370 million worth of Ethereum come in, as we can see here. So what we want to do is now we want to make up. So I think big things are coming for Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to shock a lot of people because this month, February, is generally a really bullish month for Ethereum. So it's going to be very interesting how this plays out because obviously altcoins are relying a little bit on what Ethereum does. So we want Ethereum to start to take some of that dominance away from Bitcoin. That's what we want to see. But because at the moment we're building up for that altcoin, I would not personally for myself, and I've gone into the video why, but for myself, I'm not selling. It'd be crazy to sell all my altcoins now, especially at this time. I've been accumulating when we were down in the depths of the bear market and the FTX crash, but I've been accumulating since then. So for me, this is an opportunity, I think, to buy a little bit more CRO, or buy a little bit more XRP, a bit more ADA, and a few other coins as well. So I've been doing that. But like I said, I've been using money on the tape on the sideline, which I've got spare from where I took profits before. But obviously, we've got to hear. We can see here this is from his name now is from Titan of Crypto. Basically, he's given an example here of Altseason, and we can see here back in May the 11th, 2020, we had that big dip there, and then altcoins exploded towards the upside. And again, the same thing. We've had a capitulation, April the 20th. We've had a capitulation, and then obviously, are we prepared to make moves towards the upside to Altseason? So obviously, like I said, when we have these big capitulation dips, like we have on these 2 or 3 occasions, it's going to take time for the altcoins to make their move up towards the upside. Like I said, it could take It could be tomorrow, it could take a week, or it could take a month or 2 months to recover from this and then make a way back up. So we just got to bear that in mind. And also, don't forget, we are in QT, quantitative tightening. So depend on when Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve decides to go on quantitative easing, and that's going to be good for risk assets to make more moves towards the upside. So at the moment, we're in QT, and that's not certainly helping. And obviously, the Bitcoin dominance isn't helping as well. We had that massive wick to the upside, but we've hit our head on here at the moment. And basically, what I want to see is when it comes to the dominance, I want us to see us actually start breaking down towards the downside. As we can see here, we whipped straight up to this area of resistance, and I want to see us to start to tumble back down, and that's going to be good for Ethereum. That's going to be good for the altcoins. So we just got to be prepared for that. But overall, I am bullish still. I am bullish on the crypto market. Even with this highly volatile period at the moment, with a lot of manipulation, I'm super bullish. So you just got to be prepared. Maybe opportunities are here for you to take an opportunity, or it's just sit on your hands and be patient and just wait it out. But like I said, hit that like button, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.